Hey guys, I'm Storm Glaurung here with a bit of new style of content, at least for me personally. I wanted to share with you guys my perspective as a Hero League tryhard, and I think it'd be interesting for you guys to see. I'm currently on this account, I believe rank 9, 6,000 points. So yeah, in this video I'm going to try my best to explain my thought process as to what's going on in the draft and how I can best approach victory here on Cursed Hollow. Initially looking at what's going on, this guy, he's known, this Hero League player in particular is known for Cho'Gall as well as like Tyrande and things like that. Taking into consideration, whenever you know someone has an unorthodox hero pool on your team, you want to pick a well-rounded hero or a hero with a purpose. Like initially right now on Cursed Hollow, like, as the offlaner for tempo, I want to practice heroes that can generate split push on the map, are good at coming to team fights late. So this game I want to be looking to pick up either like Genji, Samuro, or Artanis, or one of those, maybe Zeratul. One of those picks I think are pretty good at carrying in Hero League right now, at least for me. Vin's a really good player. I'm curious to see what he'll ban. If he leaves Genji up, I feel like I have to take it. Alright, now we're in a situation with Genji banned. Zeratul becomes a lot better. First picking Zeratul on Cursed Hollow has a lot of risks and downsides to it, and ultimately, if winning is my prerogative, picking Zeratul here is disrespectful of my opponent, knowing that they can counterpick me. The safest pick here is probably Malthael if I want to win. Samuro I as well has a high win rate with. You know what? Let's try Samuro this game.
I hear and obey.
Okay. The rest of my team is hovering. I'm not a big fan of the Abathur pick here. Let's see if he's willing to play something else. A good way to get other players to play things in Hero League, believe it or not, is to just ask. A lot of the time, like, there's no communication between players, and you'll get upset at your teammates when they randomly lock in Zarya instead of a tank. But that doesn't have to happen. Just take some communication instead of an Abathur. Even though it is Cursed Hollow, I'd like a Stukov or a Lucio.
My blades are yours.
It looks like his hero pool. I don't know what to request from this guy. Arthas, actually. I was too slow!
Will rise again.
Okay. Abba Greymane is fine. Cursed Hollow is probably the strongest map for it. Attack speed Hat in general works really well with Samuro as well as Greymane. We're a little bit weak to heavy siege composition, but right now I'm really not that worried about it. I'd like an Arthas for us as well as a Stukov or a Lucio. I'm gonna ask my team. I may seem a little overambitious first picking Samuro, but if we look at the statistics specifically on Cursed Hollow, I've had really good results in general. I'm 7-2 so far this season, so I think it's okay. I want practice on certain heroes because ultimately winning Hero League is great, but I want to win Hero League while still trying my best to prepare and get better at my role. So the Samuro pick, not the most tryhard pick, but I'm still going to try my best in the game. The Arthas is a really good pick for them. We have a lot of auto attack damage already, represented by like the Greymane Abathur. So he's going to be hard to deal with in team fights as the second tank. But the weakness of picking Arthas as your offlaner is rotation speed and wave clear. We're going to be able to win this game through split pushing. Right now, they don't have any answer for Samuro. So I want to set up the map, especially with the Stukov support. Stukov Greymane are going to be able to generate a lot of pressure. I'm going to want, against their draft, to split push as much as possible away from the Arthas, away from the ETC, away from the Kerrigan. I want to 1v1 the Sonya, match her and split push away from my Stukov Grey main. If we split up that pressure, we should be able to generate enough of an advantage to snowball. And I think it's harder for them to clear Knights than it is to clear Giants with their limited wave clear, especially if I'm mid lane escorting our Knights. I'm going to start off on Knights versus this draft, regardless of tribute position. There are certain situations where tribute position influences which camp you want to go to, but we have to wait to see tribute position. As of right now, my tentative plan is to begin at Knights at 1 minute. Gotta make sure my hotkey profile is correct. Essentially, with the hotkey profiles I have here, I have a bit of a system. Whenever I have a defensive ability, I like to bind that to my F key. So on various heroes, there's different defense mechanics. For example, on Medivh, he has Protect. To self-protect, I press F. So that is Alt-W, I would rebind that to F. And then on Samuro, instead of Q, F is my split, and Q is my image transmission. Okay, knowing that Knights are my game plan going into this game, I want to push the first wave mid, take sight, rotate to Knights, and then after Knights, depending on tribute position, rotate to the opposite lane and push. Let's see if we can do that without fretting too much. I'm going to be going Way of the Blade. It's just the most consistent level 1 talent on Samuro. And it's important not to give information, not to take a lot of damage, especially with early camp timers. Lyric should be fine here. My team has Abathur, so I don't need to soak. And yeah, my only goal in this early game is to generate pressure here. I see the tribute's going to be bottom, so after I do Knights, I'm going to be split pushing top lane with Abathur. It's convenient due to Locust location. He spawns some Locusts, be able to push with it. It seems like I'm wasting time, but literally I'm a Samuro. There's not much else I could be doing right now. And then you swap HP with your clone at low HP. Your clone will get back to max HP, and I shouldn't be tanking him. As long as people are here, I'm getting value. Because they're not being active on the map. Alright. And now they've dedicated enough resources that we should be getting a lot of value bottom. And I'm able to just back out. Doesn't matter. Before the first tribute, I still get a camp out. Them pressuring the invade was ultimately a waste of time. My sound is a bit loud, guys. I'm sorry if that made it hard to understand my commentary. But with bottom wall down off of that Knight play, we should have an XP lead going into this. Now I'm going to begin rotating away from the tribute to split push top. Split pushing with Samuro in Hero League is like probably one of the best, if not the best way to win. His impact in team fights is less consistent in Hero League than it is in pro play because there's not that same level of trust between teammates. So a lot of this game you're going to be seeing me split away from objectives. There's not much to talk about right now. We win this pretty hard. I could have killed Kerrigan there, I feel like. I still have swap, but we actually should get the tribute, or at least be able to stall for a while. Yeah, it looks like they secured it. I used my clones. Okay, that was well played. Essentially what I did there was try to use my clones to the very maximum limit. I used my mirror image to avoid a keep shot. Maximize my trade on Kerrigan. I was able to position aggressively due to the fact that I can avoid that first shot. And then I know I have Windwalk. It was on cooldown, but that's going to be my out. So then I used image transmission on the image who was taking damage, and also to avoid the Kerrigan combo, allowed me to secure the outplay. And now I'm looking at the map, I see the next Tribute's bot lane. They still have Giants active top. I'm gonna begin pushing that lane. I tried to reaction mirror image the slide, but my reaction time's not fast enough. It has to be anticipation. I did not anticipate that. With just an ETC, I get fort here. I wasted my... ETC's out of mana. With this wave, I can pressure fort. All we need to do is try and stall the level 10. Okay, I'm positioning here so that ETC gets no XP from the minion wave. By doing this, he misses an entire wave of XP, which is actually a lot more relevant than you'd expect. So just the way you approach sieging from the offlane perspective can be really important. Okay, I played this pretty wrong. I might have just fed, guys. I pretty much outplayed myself here. Let's see if I can make it out. Okay. Even though my decision making there was suboptimal, I didn't get punished for my mistake. And now I'm able to tap. I really want bot for it. I'm gonna be in my rotation there. In the situation where Kerrigan becomes isolated, I could get a solo kill on this rotation. But they're level 10. We can't contest this tribute at all. With our draft, we just cannot simply fight them early game, I think. Whoa. Again, my decision making here, if I don't get a hat, I die. Because I'm almost in Q range. Okay, I'm in trouble. I don't know what I'm doing there, to be honest. They were cursed, representing a lot of people top lane. Alright, how can we recover from this position? In general, lately I've been preferring Blade Storm. A pick on Sonya here is pretty crucial. It kinda seems like he's given up on life while they're on boss. They're not on boss yet. If we kill Kerrigan bottom here, we can make a play for their boss while Abathur soaks. Either way, I'm just gonna clear for now. We're on the same talent tier for a bit, and they are diving mid. I'm coming to counter gank. We should be able to turn this hard. I'm silenced. Okay, I got my swap off. Not much else I can contribute to this fight. I just want to start getting the map back in our pressure. I'm too low. I already used my ult. We didn't get too much off that, but we need to hit 13 before the next objective phase. They're not on boss yet. They go Giants to our boss threaten? I don't know. Either way, we need bottom fort with the tribute top. Team's getting a lot of value mid actually right now. Looks like we're securing 2 kills and potentially a fort. We're catching up in XP. My team's doing really well by stalling the enemy team and making sure I have the space required to catch up in experience and get the structure lead we need. Now that I have Shikuchi, I'm actually relevant in team fights, I feel like. I'm able to be a bit more sticky on the targets I want to. but it's camp time now. That was a wasted rotation. I realized I was talking, but
I must retreat.
I want to contest this next tribute. So that's why I'm going to do Knights over Giants, although Giants are the better decision from a macro point of view. But I want to take this fight. I want a team fight. So that makes Knights the better decision. And now that Leoric's 13, he's hit a pretty big power spike. I want to avoid Mouth Silence with Mirror Image. I'm going to try using Mirror Image to go to the lane. Okay, I actually think we just lose this fight. I'm going to get top Fortin back. Even if they chase me, I should be able to get out. I'm just gonna get this way. I'm trying to remain level-headed, make sure I'm making the smart rotations, because taking that fort with my image, okay. Okay, now that that fight is over, I can kind of try to explain my thought process. I was saving my image transmission specifically for the Kerrigan combo. She didn't end up using her E, so I only had to reaction dodge to the Kerrigan W. Therefore, making the fight pretty free. And then once Mouth put the root down to zone, I was able to utilize the Unstoppable from the Blade Storm passive and walk straight through, secure the kill, move on to the next play. And you'll notice in teamfights I'm really trying to avoid the Arthas. Arthas in teamfights, if you let him get to you as Samuro, it can be a very, very big detriment. I want to scout their Knights with some clones. This just generates pressure. I'm not trying to do anything with those clones other than gather information and slow them down. Alright, they're not defending top lane at all. They just represented mid-rotation. Now that I'm 16, my burst combo, I can one-shot pretty much anyone. But with Sonya top, I feel like we can boss. I'm actually going to save a crit on my next rotation. And just chunk out Arthas. Now the combo you want to do with Blade Storm Samuro is have a critical strike stored, which you can get off 2 autos. 1, 2, and then you E. I'll try and illustrate an actual damage combo, but when you're just cruising, try and keep a crit saved. I'm gonna try and one-shot Kerrigan over the wall. So in preparation for this play, I'm spawning my clones here. And then I'm out. So, even though we didn't get the kill, me making that play, because I had the guarantee out using the image transmission, creates enough space for us to secure the keep, force them into a position where we can core. And we should be able to finish the game here. And that's it. Now, I'm going to go over my talent builds, talk a little bit about what went well in that game, what went wrong, what I could have done better, just to help sort of piece you guys into my thought process a little bit more than in general. Because normally, when I play on stream or when I play Hero League on my own, I don't try and articulate things this cleanly, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the in-game portion of this video, and now we can go into afterwards. We made 191 points off that victory, puts us at 6.2k. Posturing for top 5 I think soon, when we look at the actual statistics, only 11 kills on our side, 7 kills on their side. I only had 1 death. Good XP contribution. Going into the game, our game plan was to split push away from objectives, hit even XP, win an advantageous team fight when they're feeling macro pressure. I feel like we approached the game with that goal and achieved that goal, so we did a good job of that. I'm trying to remember when I actually died. I don't remember if there was a significant misplay. I think I misplayed 3 times in the game. There was the time top lane where the fort aggro wasn't juggled properly and I took 2 shots, and I could have potentially died to Kerrigan, I think. And a couple other rotational errors. But anyways, looking into the build in general, Way of the Blade I think is the most consistent. The other level 1 talents on Samuro, like the clone quest, is too hard to stack, I've found. And looking at the other level 1 talent, I'm honestly not sure what it is off the top of my head. I just find Way of the Blade to be more consistent. One with the Wind I think is a very, very strong talent. At level 20, I wasn't able to show you guys during the game, but because of the way this talent synergizes with the level 20 talent, you can actually have 60 armor on Samuro for 3 seconds at the beginning of a team fight. And I think that's really good. 30 armor in general, regardless of the level 20 power spike, is also very good. And then same with the level 1 talent, I find Burning Blade to just simply be the most consistent. The 65 bonus damage is good, and the AoE damage also has a lot of value when it comes to split push. Now, this is a topic of discussion a lot of people might disagree with me on. Lately, I've been experimenting with it, haven't come to an absolute conclusion of what I like better, but Bladestorm was my ultimate choice this game instead of Illusion Master. I find it easier to execute. You do lose some split push pressure, but in this game we had an Abathur to compensate for that. We needed some extra team fight pressure, and yeah, I decided to go Bladestorm this game. You can really utilize the Unstoppable. Shukuchi, I personally feel like this is the best level 13 talent. You gain a lot of mobility, you can jump through walls. It really synergizes once you hit 16 and you need to get that 2 crit Bladestorm combo from a far distance in. Harsh Winds, attacking a hero during Windwalk causes them to take 30% increased damage. This is just the best one in general because you're able to threaten so much burst. Samuro's not a threat that can be ignored. You have to address him regardless. That being said, that's where illusion swapping baseline is a buff to Bladestorm. As you guys saw when I was threatening the siege on the bottom keep, I waited for my illusion cooldown, cast the ability, pressured over the wall with the boss with my level 16 rotation, and made it out. So he's a threat that can't be ignored, who has a guaranteed way out of a position when you try and respond to him. That sort of hero, I think, really resonates well within me, and this video was kind of scrappy in general. I hope the information in here was good. I hope you guys liked this video, and I'd love all of your constructive criticism. Please feel free to comment below on Reddit or message me on Twitter. I'm pretty new to this, you know, non-live streaming content stuff, so let me know what I can do better, what you like from this style of video, or if you want to see other kinds of videos. But anyways, thanks to everyone at Tempo Storm, all our sponsors, Red Bull, Twitch, everyone like that, and thank you guys for watching.